What's up, Electrified Reviews family? Logan Randall here with another electrified review. Aventon makes a fantastic e-bike and we've reviewed plenty in the past. And today we're gonna review the Aventon Abound. It's the first cargo e-bike in their lineup and I am excited to ride. Let's dive into the specs. The Aventon Abound is a surprising addition to the Aventon lineup, since it's Aventon's first splash into the cargo e-bike space. And without giving too much away, this might be one of their shining e-bikes for 2023. It's propelled by a 750 watt motor with torque sensor integration and has enough cargo capacity for a Costco run. Stay tuned folks, because this one is a truly unique e-bike. Aventon is launching the Abound with a price tag of $2,200 USD, which is low based on the specs on this thing. The Abound comes in two colors, Polaris and Sage, and we got our hands on the Sage version. Aventon has been around for a while now and is a top player in the direct-to-consumer space, and we can expect the Abound to fit into Aventon's 1-year warranty. The motor in the rear is a 750 watt brushless powerhouse. Considering this is a longer bike and will be used to haul gear, groceries, and all sorts of other stuff, we're glad they gave us as much power as you can fit in a legal Class 3 bike. As we mentioned in the intro, we do have a torque sensor included here, which is quite frankly bananas for the price. You can fly forward by utilizing the pedal assist or thumb throttle, so plenty of options here. The battery here is 48 volts and 14 amp hours, which gets you around 50 miles per charge. Aventon is one of the better estimators of how far their bikes actually travel. They have a comprehensive range calculator on their website that we recommend you check out. The battery is lockable and removable and is inserted directly from the side, which is different than most other e-bikes on the market. The frame here is exactly what you'd expect from Aventon, a little beefy and a whole lot of sleek in the execution. And if that wasn't enough, let's throw a folding stem on there as well. Starting at the front, we've got bolt-through axles, which we absolutely love, bottle cage bosses on the down tube, bosses for a front rack, and obviously the whole rack situation in the back here. We'll dive into that a bit more in the extra section coming up. The geometry of the Abound is almost flawless. It's easy to navigate and easy to get on and off, which is extremely important with a cargo bike. Now, you're likely to have a large amount of weight above your center line, which makes handling a bit different, and you'll need to be able to plant your heels on the ground to secure your load. In most cargo bikes, they sacrifice the safety and functionality of the ride for the actual riding position. But Aventon added a manual dropper post, which is just next level from a design perspective. When you're coming to a stop, pull the lever and sink to the lowest seating position. Now your feet are able to plant on the ground. Riding around, pull the lever and get that seat adjusted for the optimal riding position. We don't normally do points anymore, but I'll sneak in 10 design points for this feature alone. Up in the front, we've got Sun Tour front forks. These forks are not top of the line or have the most travel by any means, but they do exactly what we'd hope they would do for the ride here without being too spongy, considering we're most likely carrying some load in the back. This is our only traditional suspension, but the other part we always touch on here is the tires. The tires here are 20-inch by 2.4-inch tires. They have puncture protection and sidewall reflective striping, excellent safety features to see here. And the saddle, besides that dropper post we're still gushing over, the saddle is fairly comfortable and I don't have too much to say past that. Were you looking at that price tag expecting them to skimp on the brakes? Not Aventon. No mechanical brakes in sight. We've got Tektro hydraulic disc brakes with 180mm rotors in both the front and the rear. These bad boys stop the Abound quickly and safely. Even if you were to load this thing up, I believe these brakes would be up to the task. We've got a 7-speed Shimano Revo shift on the right-hand side of the handlebars that is connected to our Shimano tourney derailleur in the rear. And in between is a really cool chain tensioner setup. And this combats one of the main problems with cargo bikes in general. That is the ever-present chain sag. None to speak of here. Let me preface this next section by saying there are a ton of extras. Make sure to check out Aventon's website for more details, but I'm gonna breeze through these so that you know what things to look into. First, we've got integrated front lights and rear lights with turn signal functionality. All the lighting elements can be controlled from the keypad on the left side of the cockpit. We've got fenders on the front and rear wheels. We've got a center double kickstand, which is a great addition for a cargo e-bike. We've got single lock-in grips, which are comfortable and secure. And we've got an included cargo bag that mounts to a special spot just above the chainstay. It's a pretty flush design and a great way to utilize all the available space. And, of course, the rear rack, which I promised you we'd talk more about. The rack itself is a bit on the thicker side, which we like. It features tons of connection points, places for baskets or other cargo accessories, and includes some pretty nifty running boards for a passenger. To keep the passengers safe, they've also included wheel coverings that separate the whirling spokes from your passengers' calves. The cockpit for this whole electric vehicle is simple, yet well refined. The throttle and main controls are located on the left-hand side with the color display parked front and center. The LCD display shows us a few things such as the odometer, battery level, trip distance, just to name a few. The Abound has 4 levels of pedal assist, which are Eco, Tour, Sport, and Turbo. Now, obviously, we're going to be doing most of our cruising in turbo mode because that's just who we are. But for the slower folk out there, Aventon left you some options. The Aventon Abound is one heck of an e-bike. You could carry your mom to her knitting night or your dog to his playdate with that poodle he's fond of. Really, your options are endless. Those are the only reasons I get out of the house, but if you can come up with other ways to use this bike, you probably could. The Abound beat our expectations of what an affordable cargo bike could be. Based on the Adventure versus the Adventure 2, we're excited to see what Aventon does with this cargo lineup in the future.
And that's the review of the Aventon Abound e-cargo bike. If you found this review helpful, please hit that like and subscribe so that we can bring you more electrified reviews.